Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm a pediatric speech language pathologist and feeding specialist. I am a mom of 3 little boys. I talk a lot about how babies are communicating with you from day one. And one of the things babies communicate very clearly about is feeding. I talk a lot about recognizing and responding to feeding cues. Being able to recognize and respond to feeding cues early and often lends to overall better success with feeds. So this is applicable to all babies. This is not just for breastfed babies. This is not just for bottle-fed babies. This is for any baby who eats. They will demonstrate these signs, and if you are able to identify them, I promise you feeding will go so much smoother. So let's get into it. There are 3 stages of feeding cues. There are early, mid, and late feeding cues. So in the early stages, you will notice that your baby is starting to root side to side. They're getting their hands and fingers up to their mouth. Their tongue is coming out of their mouth. They're trying to suck here and there. This is the best time to offer a feed to your baby because they are going to be calmest and they're going to have the best success with feeding. The mid-feeding cues, baby is a little bit more active. So they are actively searching around. They're maybe squawking a little bit. They're starting to squirm around and say, hey, pay attention to me. I'm hungry, let's eat. Late feeding cues include crying, turning red, being tense, arching your back, squirming a lot, being very upset. Oftentimes parents misinterpret these late feeding cues for early feeding cues. They wait until the baby is crying to offer the feed, and by that point everybody's frazzled and the feed will just not go as well. Breast milk actually digests a little bit faster than formula does, and every baby has their own rhythm. So if you are able to read your baby's cues instead of going off of the clock to know when to offer feeds, I promise that your feeds overall will be more successful and everyone will feel much happier. So give these a try, look out for these feeding cues, let me know how it goes. If you feel like this was helpful for you to identify your baby's communication just a little bit better, follow along for more breastfeeding and newborn support.